Back in the 70s, there was a great Saturday morning cartoon called the Superfriends. This show featured all of the DC comic heroes, including Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and of course the Wonder Twins. There's so many great things about this show. One of my favorites was when all the Superfriends worked together using each of their unique powers to deal with the villains. It really didn't matter that the storyline was basically the same. Basically it was like this. An unusually interesting villain would threaten a commissioner, a mayor, a president, or some poor leader, and then he would call the Hall of Justice for help. And depending on the situation, different superheroes might be dispatched, or maybe all of them if the situation was complex. So if you needed someone with super strength, Superman was your man. If you needed to get a captured villain to start talking, Wonder Woman and her truth lasso would be brought in. And if you needed the sea creatures to work together in water battles, there was no one else to call. Obviously, that's Aquaman. But the Superfriends are more than super fun. They're examples of what great consultant brands look like, because it was clear to the right person who to call when specific situations and specific helps were needed. That is the ultimate goal for branding. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the critical success factors for great consultant brands so that you can maximize your time and investment and focus your energies. So an effectively positioned consulting brand establishes three things. First, it establishes who is the ideal client. The ideal clients are those who could most benefit from what you have to offer and who are willing to pay. They could also be called your brand lovers. When you have clarity on who your ideal clients are, the right fit prospects will see themselves in the people that you currently help, either in terms of how they're like them or how they aspire to be like them. So for example, when you think about the people who love the Nike brand, it creates associations in your mind of risk-taking, adventurous people who give their all to what they do. You want to create that same type of associations as a consultant. It may be that your brand is relevant for growth-oriented senior leaders, or maybe for aspiring executives, or struggling executives, or entrepreneurially minded small business owners. Second, it establishes the context for your consulting services. In other words, the frame of reference for what you have to offer. So for example, it's natural to associate popcorn with the movies, or champagne with New Year's Eve, or hot dogs with the baseball games. You want to do the same thing so that your ideal client, when they experience certain types of problems or challenges or pain points, they naturally think of you. So do you think that you want them to be thinking about you when there's infighting among executive teams, or when customer satisfaction is declining, or when employees are not engaged? Or do you want them to think of you when they want to increase their customer base, improve their market positioning, or better control controllable costs? Third, it establishes the features and benefits of your consulting. The features and benefits of your consulting are inclusive of your expertise and stance and so much more. It's how your consulting services are different. It should connect the dots between the client's pain points, what you do, and how what you do helps address their pain points. So what is the value or outcome your consulting expertise creates? It's not enough for you to have a promise of improved performance. Your brand needs to make the linkage between what you have to offer and the results that it generates clear. So your first step is to assess where you are today. Even if you're new to consulting and you don't have an established practice, you can still assess how effective your personal brand is today. So download the worksheet that goes along with this video and take the self-assessment just to see where you are. You want to have clarity on where you need to focus your brand building efforts. And when you're done, join me in the next video where we're going to go over how do you build a strong consulting brand step by step.